So these clamps that I'm using they milled from another sheet of plywood, and this is just a normal M8 bolt and nuts that goes through it, a wing nut. And with that I'm actually able to clamp down the material to make sure it doesn't go anywhere while we're actually milling. Just in case the vacuum will stop or something else happens, that the main mounting here is at the moment is vacuum. You can hear it go, it's working. But just to be sure, if that for some reason decides to stop, we have still got some plan B clamps that holds it in a locking position so it won't move. Another good thing with using clamps made of wood is that if the bit is actually able to hit the clamp, the bit will probably not break. It will only carve away some more wood off the clamp itself. So that's a nice insurance. Because sometimes, every time, well, not every time, but sometimes when you mill out stuff, the machine kind of moves outside of the perimeter or the territory that you thought it would have been moving inside. And then it's nice to have some clamps that doesn't make a fire. So I'll turn off the vacuum now because it makes a lot of noise. And what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to, let's call it a dry run. I'm going to run the machine above the working area. To check that the cam file, the file we made in Fusion 360, runs properly and there's no bugs or anything that can happen to go wrong. So this program is called Mac3, and the interface looks horrible, but it does do the job. So right now, just want to double check. Yeah, in the end there it tries to home itself. It will go back to 0. So that's okay as long as we know about it. And right now we are going to move the Z axis, the up and down axis, way up there, so we don't hit anything. Something like that probably. And then we are going to push play. And then we're going to take it super slow. Just need to fix one little detail. Like that. So So what is happening now is that the CNC machine is about to do a dry run. It will be starting up. Oh, that's the problem. Reverse. So I'm going to turn off my spindle for this dry run. So I'm going to go up to normal speed because I had it in kind of a slow mode just to make sure nothing bad happened at the start. And I'm just going to watch that everything is working properly as it should. So the feed rate on this is 2,500 millimeters per minute. I could go up to 5,000, so twice the speed. The reason why I'm not is because this is plywood and it kind of messes up quite easily if you are not really careful with the feeds and speeds. So I will probably try to increase my feed rate a little bit. I actually need to fix this cam. It's only running 960 in those. I'm not sure why, but it's supposed to go much faster now. So I really need to take a look at this before I start milling anything. So I will just go inside. Because this is going way too slow. The proper feed for this should be around here. Yeah, but you can see the machine starts to resonate around that speed. I'm doing right now, I'm just lubricating the linear rails a little bit. Trying to not to get too much in there. I'm just gonna clean off any excess oil if I have something to clean it off with. Apparently I don't have anything. So where did all my cleaning stuff go? Sometimes I really wish I had an apprentice so I could blame the apprentice for me messing up. But I don't, so I can actually... I guess I'm the apprentice. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just running a kind of a simulation of the mill. Just having a look at how it's actually performing. Looks good though. So this is a dry run. It's an, the spindle is not running, and this actually looks alright though. I think I just need to try and run it. Yeah, let's just go for it. In case I mess up, I have more plywood, and I have I guess most of what I will need. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn on the vacuum, and I'm going to measure. So Utter Idiot 7th, thanks for joining Twitch. And you have a question? Is that plywood or pressboard? Well, it's MDF. It's not MDF. It's plywood. It's birch plywood. It's Norwegian birch plywood in top, and underneath that I have a sacrificial layer of MDF. Because I have a vacuum table on that CNC machine, and it's running now. So I'm going to measure. This is going to be a little bit noisy. I guess you'll manage. So I'm going to take this super slow, hopefully. That looks very good, actually. So while this machine is working from the garage, I will be answering questions and doing some more design inside the office, or the house, if you know. Hopefully. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to center my machine at my offset point. I'm actually going to run that spindle a little bit down into the wood. And the reason why I want to do that is so, utter idiots, I want to have a question. So the benefit of CNC milling a bookshelf opposed to a traditional method, cutting parts and assembling purpose, well, one of the reasons, you will see that later when you see the design. You can also go into my, hang on, I'll do it easier for you. Hang on, I just need to find something. I'll show you the design. If you go into my videos in Twitch, and you can see, I'll just screen. So I'll just share my screen for now. If you go into my video clips, you can see yesterday or something, this one, the first one, you can actually see I did draw a bookshelf. And the bookshelf is not a very standard one, so to be able to, this is actually cut from, I'll just turn off that vacuum. So this is actually cut from a little sphere, and then the sphere is being sliced up to a bookshelf. And that's the reason, imagining to be able to manually cutting this on a table saw or something, then you, of course you can do it, but it will take some time. Yeah, you get it, right? So design straight to production, yeah. This was from Fusion 360 through a program called Slicer, and then back into Fusion again to make from CAD to CAM files. So this is approximately how it will look like, something like, I think I just ducked it around a little bit, hang on. It will look like something like this. I just placed the small bits inside the big ones, so just to keep some space. Yeah, precision 2, yeah. So I'm actually making something called dog bones inside. So we're just playing back my own videos, but the inspiration came from this one. Yeah, there's a bookshelf there and somewhere I found on the internet, and I just tried to remake it. And you can do a lot of cool stuff with this. You can, yeah. So let's go back to basics. So Mac 3, where are you? There you are. So yeah, on the blue upper side, you can actually see the design being cut out. It's kind of small, sorry about that, but you can see the blue lines are where the material is going to be cut. So yeah, you like the design? Unfortunately, it's not my design. I just stole the idea from somebody else on the internet. I just found a picture of a cool bookshelf and I just tried to remake it. But it is definitely a cool looking bookshelf then. So I just made my offset point now. So, and if everything goes according to plan now, the machine should... the scale of the bookshelf, you can actually see that in the video too, but it's... sorry, I'm in metric, but the scale of the bookshelf will be, it will be a circular bookshelf, as like a sphere, but it will be 1 by 1 meter, 1 meter height and 1 meter width at the widest point, and then of course it will be a little less wide in height out of the diameter. So I'm just turning on my vacuum again now. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just getting the machine ready to carve. So Mac tray is running like it should. Just for curious, because I'm curious, how many feet is 1 meter? So the first cut will happen now, so I'm just standing next to the stop button just in case, you never know. So I'm just gonna go inside and have a little look on the size of the debris there. Sorry about the noise. So 1 meter is 3.28 feet. So yeah, so the shelf will be around 3.28 meters high and feet high, and the same for the width. And the reason why I checked the size of the debris that's being dug up off the machine now is because you can see if the grain that comes off of the wood is too small, like almost like dust, then the RPM of the spindle is too high, so I have to turn down the speed of the spindle. But if the grain are too big, then it's kind of indicating that the feed on the spindle is too low. So, and you really want to kind of hit the sweet spot when it comes to RPM, round per minute on the spindle. Yeah, so 40 inches, yeah. And that one of the cool things about making these things yourself is okay, it's going to be a little bit more pricier than to buy it from IKEA, but well, you're actually making your own furniture, and the coolest part about this is usually that you will get parts that nobody else will ever be able to reproduce. When you go into another living room, you will not see the same bookshelf, definitely, and you will probably never. Sorry, I'm just gonna turn down the ambience noise from my CNC machine. There's really no reason to listen to that much noise. Yeah, so to be able to reproduce, I'm just gonna turn off my air pressure now. I have you see that blue little nozzle that goes down into the spindle. It's actually blowing air down into the hole to get the debris up. Yeah, so you agree? Yeah, cool. Only thing, the same, probably the hardware used in assembly. Yeah, this is used. Yeah, this CNC machine is used for a lot of furniture production. The only reason that IKEA, for example, or any other furniture sales company, they mass produce shitloads. I will never be able to mass produce at that scale anyway. I just do this for fun, and to be able to actually know that, well, I drew this shelf. I made this shelf, and it looks awesome. And that's cool. And I actually have some further on plans for kind of making these types of furniture. I have some ideas I'm going to play with as soon as I can see that this machine is actually doing what it's supposed to do. I will go inside and I will try and draw an even cooler shelf. Yeah, custom furniture, staying unique, I get it, yeah. Keep one's uniqueness, yeah. I really don't care that much about going into a living room and seeing my exact sofa or whatever in somebody else's apartment. But to know that it's in everyone else's apartment, that kind of sucks. So utter idiot savant, nice nick by the way. Where are you from? I'm not sure why this is going so slow. This is not supposed to go that slow in the ramp procedure, but yeah, I guess. Oh, so you're from the US. Everyone tends to be like everybody else. Uniqueness are rare these days, yeah. I get you. It's the same everywhere else. So it's kind of fun to see something being made, I guess. That's the fun thing about these types of streaming. I'm just gonna go in and turn. I'll be idling for a minute now. So I just needed to check something. So I will stop my milling now because I'm not able to cut all the way through the material, and that kind of sucks. And I think the reason for that is that I actually didn't double check the width of the material before. I was just assuming it was 12 millimeter, but I think it's closer to 13. Well, it's actually 12, so this should work. I'll just lower my offset for 1 more millimeter, and we should be good. The first time you do any CNC running of a CNC program that you have made, there will be some configuring, some adjustments to be able to get it up to the fastest possible speeds. Right now I'm just trying to adjust for some height issues. I will just cut a further 1.8 millimeter down into my material. That should be alright. So, if you like what you're seeing, utter idiot, then remember to click subscribe. I really need some subscribers, and nice to talk to you. So I will reverse, I will start over, running there. Right on. Awesome. Thanks. So, what are you doing in the States? Do you work, are you a maker? Do you like to make stuff, or? Followers on Twitch, sorry. I guess I still live in a kind of a YouTube world. I don't sub anymore on Twitch, but will follow for future projects and support. Thanks. So you do electronic circuits. Awesome. Camera hacks. I love camera hacks. What types of cameras? Mainly for security use. Alright. So IP based cameras, are you doing traditional analog CCTV, or maybe you're using Raspberry Pi? I do that a lot. I actually have a CCTV system here as well. It's actually analog, so I got 11 notebooks full of ideas. Past projects, future projects. Cool. You know, if you really want to share some of them, maybe we can make some of them online. Like if you have something, a cool idea for a thing I could mill out, we can share the idea, and I could try and maybe draw it and mill it out, and that would be cool. Some wireless, both IP, yeah. Wireless is interesting. Do your clients actually approve on using wireless cameras for CCTV or security purposes? Where I used to work, we're kind of still pretty negative about using non-cable systems for using, for example, security when you really want this to be alive all the time. Oh, so you use SolidWorks, awesome. And it's easy to share projects as well. You can just export a step or a SAT file or something, and I can just import the SAT file in Fusion and make a cam of it. Xbox Kinect is pretty awesome. Oh, flare and drone mount. I do a lot of drone piloting myself, but I don't have a flare camera on it. So do you have the cheapest one? The flare, I think it's like $3,000 or something. Or do you have the iPhone version? Oh, you made one yourself. Awesome. What type of image chip did you use? Did you use the flare and then made your own? Are you cooling the image sensor of any sort, or are you using? You have to use some kind of heat dissipation to be able to calibrate the sensor over time. It gets warm pretty fast. Ah, so you're using the Kinect for LiDAR. That's nice. You know, you have some Raspberry Pi based shields now. Well, Raspberry Pi supported LiDARs available for around $300 or something. Large drone. I like large drones. Yeah. How large? How big is the battery pack? Are you up in the above 50 volts, or are you below 50 volts or 48? So what will happen when this last pass of milling is finished? That part will actually come loose from the table, probably, if it's not being held in place by the vacuum. Hopefully it is. I will just have to go in there and have a check. $24 volts. That's awesome. How many amps are your battery packs? Are you using LiPos or? So that looks good. So technically it's 28 volts, 18 amps. Alright. So 18,000 milliamperes. That's a lot of power. That's actually the same amount of amperes, but it's double the voltage that ROV that I built for Marine Reparatørene last week is using. They're actually using 18650 batteries with a total amperage of 18 amps. But you're probably using lithium polymer batteries. So this looks like it's actually doing its job properly. I like that. It's mainly a system out of an old Cessna, really. So how did you get a hold of an old Cessna airplane? Yeah, the question was, how did you get a hold of? How did you acquire an old Cessna airplane? Did you have one in your garage, or did you buy it somewhere from Craigslist or eBay or something, or? So, I am going to move inside the house now because this is going to take an hour. So I will be away from the chat for like 2 minutes, and I'll be back. The stream will be up all the time. I just need to move my wireless audio system into the house, and everything is already set up to continue the stream from inside the house. So I'll be back in 1 minute. So you didn't want the aluminium, just the guts. That's awesome. From the junkyard. We don't have any airplanes in the junkyard in Norway. We have only rust. So I'll be right back. Audio check. Yeah, I'm back. So, I just moved inside the house now, and I just went away from the chat for 1 second. Hang on, I'll throw the garage stream inside like a picture-in-picture. So is that NDI? There is. Just gonna keep that audio on so I can listen if there's something terribly wrong in the garage. Your ears are the main main tool when it comes to CNCing, because you can always listen if there's something about to go wrong. So the bookshelf is kind of getting there. So this is actually what we're milling out. These parts. Actually did CNC Garage logo as well. Had some free space there. I actually have a lot of free space on the... But that looks pretty good actually. Let's just have another look. So, regards to this idea with the bookshelf, I have some additional ideas actually. So I was just about to play around with that. You know, you have there's in Norway now. There's a lot of people that wants to buy furniture with plants in them, or well, something related to plants. You know, green stuff. So what I was kind of thinking, if this bookshelf was able to hold plants, that kind of could have been a cool idea. So I kind of drew a smaller one on my phone. Where's that? Just need to find a picture. And there's a pattern generator inside Fusion for a special type of pattern called Voronoi. I have no idea who found the... there it is. Voronoi. So Voronoi is a pattern that's either like square lines, or it can also be a circular lines. And there is a Voronoi pattern generator in plugin for Fusion, and I was thinking about if the vertical shelves like these ones actually had a Voronoi pattern inside. So if you place plants inside the shelves, they actually get a little bit of more light through that hole, through those holes. But I don't know. Just was thinking that might have been a fun idea. So I'm just gonna open up the... Yeah, see you later, Raga. Nice to have you with us. So from Fusion team, yeah. And then just go... So this is actually the bookshelf we're making, right? We're just making it of something else, like plywood, and it's actually assembling like this. It's there's no bolts or nuts included, and it's only sliding. Probably need to glue it up, but I think it will be cool. And what I was thinking is these vertical ones. If I make Voronoi patterns inside these shelf parts, that might be cool. I don't know, and it might be crap. I don't know, but definitely light will be able to go through the side entrance into the plants if you have plants inside here. And I was thinking about maybe making holes here for flower pots, so you can actually put the flower pot through the hole. So the top of the flower pot is actually in that box, but the bottom of the flower pot is actually below in the other shelf. I don't know. It might be cool. I did a drawing of it somewhere. Oh, what was that noise? Looks good. So let's just put that up on Dropbox. Would be cool unless you overwater the plants. Yeah, it's gonna be heavy pretty fast, and the water kind of messes up the plywood if it goes over. But I was thinking about if you have the flower pot, and then you have the pot that goes outside of that one as well, the decoration pot, if you know. And if you make sure that doesn't have holes on the bottom side, then the water stays within the plant itself, and then the only water will flow above it instead of through it and down. I think so. Let's see if we have this image here now. Well, that's gonna take forever. Yeah, the opening in the shelf supports the plant pot. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's what I was thinking anyway. And I might be able to do a smaller shelf with just 3 or 4 of these rooms. Oh, would this mean a possible project down the road? A living bookshelf? Yeah. We just need an AI, and it would be even more awesome. We could call it Skynet. Yeah, but living bookshelf, yeah. Living furniture is a big deal in Norway. Herb bookshelf, yeah, that was the one I drew was actually a herb bookshelf. I'll try to find that horrible drawing. Hang on, just make my... So my camera is now... Oh, look at that perfect image. That doesn't work at all. Well, it's much better to upload it. I was thinking about maybe having 4 pots inside, and that would be herbs that you can have in the kitchen, and that the shelf itself will be much smaller than 1 by 1 meter, maybe even 1/3 that size or something. Mounted in the kitchen by the cooking stove, yeah. I found something similar. I always look for ideas on Pinterest, if you ever try that one. Pinterest, I don't know how you say it in English, but... So let's have a look at this. If you go to my Pinterest page, I kind of saved different types of ideas. And I was thinking these types of true potholes, right? So the pot goes directly through that hole and down to the one below. And you have at least 4 or 5 or something similar pots. And then you plant it, and to be able to get the light in, because plants need light. I was thinking maybe making Voronoi patterns on the vertical, these ones. So just need to figure out which one. So that's one. That's Y4. That's Y3. So that's one. So those three really need my pattern through. So, alright. So let's see if we can do this. Voronoi patterns. I've seen self-watering pipe with angles cutouts with her. Yeah, I actually have that. I do have 100mm sewage pipes with circular holes in them, and it's a hydroponic system for my tomatoes, and that the water keeps flowing through the pipes, and the plants are in small cups, like plastic cups, and they're inside the pipe. And they're not. They don't have any soil. They only use. I actually use grava. There's a kind of insulation, and they grow super fast. They grow like 4 times the speed of a normal plant that grows in a dirt environment. But for this project, I really don't think we need. I really don't think we need hydroponic system. It's kind of over advanced. It's overkill. But I really like these types of ideas. So a little mixture of this one. Then you have maybe 4 or 6 pots or something distributed evenly inside of that shelf type I already made. I just need to pay attention to my CNC machine now because something is going on. Isn't my vacuum holding on that plate properly, or? Alright, so it's finished anyway. It was an Australian closed system for a person who was off the grid, and a nutrient-fed watering system was fed from the fish pond. Yeah, I've seen lots of those. If you go searching hydroponics, the debris falls down into the fish pond, and the fish eats the rest of the nutrients from the plants. There's lots of those. If you go, you can do it here, hydroponic. And you have, I have that kind of solution. I have only 2 pipes, but the water goes through, and that works fine. And then what you're talking about is when you place. These ones are awesome. The drawings for this one is actually available, but it's huge. But the fish are in the bottom, so I've seen lots of these. These are small hydroponics plants type for kitchens and such. I actually think this is IKEA. Yeah, this is the IKEA. The spice cultivation kit. You can actually sell it. They buy it on IKEA. But the ones I studied this for a while, and the ones that seems to work the best. You can see every huge company that makes tomatoes does this. They've been doing this for lots and lots of years. So this is very efficient. So this is basically my setup, I guess. Something like that, yeah. This is vertical growing, and it's very interesting. Imagining how if we have underground way of, or like a old subway system, you can, if you have enough heating, you can make food there all year. You only need water, food, and light. So these are vertical systems that goes around and around. They're really cool, but they only work for special types of salads, and yeah, they're really not that practical. They just look cool. But back to my project. So where was it? I kind of collect ideas here. There's a lot of, you can see a similar type shelf. There's a lot of these. I guess that's the closest one to the one I'm making. It's very similar. It's have two on this. Let's have a look. It has two on the sides. Mine are covering 1, 2, 3, 4. So mine is twice that height or something. Yeah. But it's very similar. Definitely similar. I'm not the inventor of the idea. I'm just the one that tries to make them myself. And they're never the same, I guess. I can make any sculpture. If I can just make this of any type of form. And that's much more cooler. So let's go back. Imagining having a Voronoi pattern on the vertical sides here. So let's try and make that. So I need this one. Oh, I need to go back to the model and I need to unselect my stock body. Where's my stock body? There it is. So I need this one, and this one. And I need them aligned above each other so I can cut holes through all of them at the same time. So let's just, how's the best way of doing this? I need this, create body, create components, yeah, sure. And I need this, that's the one, create component from body. And I need this one. Create component from body. So, and if I hide out all the other ones now, I have a shave. So how is my CNC machine doing? It sounds good. Yeah, it's still making a lot of debris. Sounds like the vacuum is still running. The compressor kind of stopped. Maybe I turned it down too much before I left, but looks good. It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do. The cuts look clean and nice. It doesn't look like it's kind of destroying the top layer of the plywood. Sometimes if you run too fast, it kind of gets messed up on the top and bottom layer. That's why one of the reasons why I'm running that slow. The other reason is precision. If you imagining how much if those slice cuts are not as properly made as they should, then this thing will not fit together. So we need to, hopefully these are the same size. So let's try and move and use the point to point tool. I want that point to be above that point, I guess. Yeah, oh, they're not the same size, but you can still make the same patterns, I guess. So, and we need this one to move. So we need this one, come on, point to point, origin point, there you go. This one needs to move. Oh shit, I pushed the wrong button. Cancel. Let's do it one more time. Move, select, origin. Where's your origin? There you are. Try not to do click now. I'll just put that, and that's, looks like they're almost identical. They are identical, the ones on the sides. The reason why I'm double checking is because I used slicer and didn't draw this myself. I'm never sure they're the same dimension before So, imagining to cut through with a Voronoi pattern through all of these at the same time. Oh, I haven't aligned them yet. So this needs to move so the holes align. So I need to align that edge hole. Come on, origin. That hole needs to go down to around, let's see from the other side. This is where I really want that 3D mouse. They look aligned now. So if I look this from perfectly the side now, the cuts should be perfect. Yeah, there. Look at this, awesome. This is the reason why you use CNC machines. Imagining doing this perfect cut every time. Everything fits together all the time. So, if I do a Voronoi pattern now, let's save this. And I will create a sketch plane above that one. And on that sketch plane, I will make Voronoi patterns inside those kind of squares. I have no idea how this will look, but if you're not trying, you will never know. So I need a sketch that matches that edge. Is the shift? Yeah, it was shift, I think. So shift. Oh, yeah, there you go. Shift. And if I use my Voronoi, let's see. If I select inside that now, and I use my Voronoi sketch generator, and I use straight curves, number of cells. This hole is not that big, so yeah, let's try 16. The pattern should be the dimension of the, oh, it's not keeping the, okay, so I have to do this manually. So I need the dimension of that line. Let's remove half of that line. How should we do this? Come on. 164 millimeters ish. Yeah, it's good enough. And the other way, it's dimensions. Come on, 154. Oh, 154.8. Yeah, but we need some borders. So what's going on with the CNC now? It's going very slow now. I could see that in the cam profile actually, that the first 4 would take like a half an hour, and if all of the other ones were like 4 or 5 minutes, so there's a bug somewhere in the cam. Yeah, anyway. It's still making the holes, it's just taking a longer time, but I don't care because I'm doing something else. So, Voronoi sketch generator, and let's do fix 154, so it's 15.8, so the width should be 16.16, and the pattern height should be 15, yeah, but with, yeah, let's do 15. I'm just thinking now. Should we or should we not keep some framing? Yeah, let's try that. So where is my Voronoi pattern? Oh, it's down there. So this is Voronoi. I was thinking about cutting holes, right? Into that piece up there. And all of the other ones with that shape. So, and since I'm making a tool for cutting, I will do like this. And actually, I can actually shape this, right? So if I want to go, I want this to look like this. Why isn't it editing? Yeah, anyway, but I really wanted not circular shapes, so I'll do that again. Create Voronoi and straight 15, 60, no 16 there. That's the one I was thinking of. That might be cool actually. So let's do this. Extrude, and now make these long enough so they are able to be slicing through that other material. And let's make a group of this. Create selection set maybe, yeah, or maybe just make a group. There it is. And now let's move it up until we can just freely move this, I guess. So selection sets, I want these. Come on, these ones. Oh, come on, man. Why can't we just move this? I want these to be moved. Move. Free move. Oh, still not able to move it. Why is that? Maybe if I make a... It's really... Oh, I'm so stupid. I had this wrong setup. So free move. And let's move this one over here. And stop doing that. I was not supposed to rotate it. And what I was thinking is something like this. What do you think? Is that too wild of an idea, or it really needs to follow the outer shape here? That's okay, we'll fix that. So I'll go like that. And then you can actually make a bigger pattern and then just remove those. That doesn't work. Well, let's see how this works then. So we want to cut a hole through all of these three. So we want the target bodies to be this one, and this one. Why I'm not able to select more than one? I want it to be this one and more. Come on then. Drop me a bone here. Well, we can just do this several times, I guess. So let me just select all of those. Or we can just do selection set. Yeah. And that will actually cut a hole in that. And we'll make a new component. And we'll keep those cutting tools because we needed to do it 2 more times. And now we need to do it with the other ones. So we go combine, target body, that one, selection set, this one, cut, keep, new component, yes, and let's do it 1 more time. So, and it's supposed to be the back one, this one. And then we go tool bodies, select, alright, cut, keep tools, yes, we want to keep it. Now we're slowly getting there. So let's see if we can just show the right. And now we have our Voronoi pattern holes. Oh, this is very fragile. I can see that now. It's only a couple of millimeters in the wide. But what do you think? Is this a cool type of a shelf, or is it just stupid? If I move this kind of like that, you can see that the patterns will be, and of course it will be patterns all the way down on the other pockets as well. I don't know. Need some more work, I guess. So let's have a quick look at how our CNC machine is doing. So the bookshelf is slowly making its way from plywood to shelf, I guess. It's looks like a cool design. I'm just playing around with some other ideas inside Fusion. I was thinking about maybe making some Voronoi patterns in the vertical side walls, but it didn't turn out exactly the way I kind of thought, but can always play with some more designs. You can try another pattern, I guess. You can make a circular Voronoi pattern instead. See how that works out. So curved, let's do more, maybe 20, and do maybe 18 width, and yeah, that's, I guess that's okay. And we'll use 80%, yeah. Let's try that, see what happens. So we have our pattern. Let's select all those nice looking holes. And let's extrude them. Let's do a lot. Let's do... Oh! The object you're creating is not visible. Alright. Hang on. Now it's visible. So we are going to use this as a cutting pattern for the... So we're making a selection set for that. Yes, let's do that. And let's move all of those. Let's move them up to where we're planning that hole. Selection set, yeah, come on. And we need to select bodies, selection set, yes, there they are. And we freely move them until we have them in our position. And then we see how that looks like. Just want to check out how the CNC machine in the garage are doing. It's currently a little over halfway into that milling process. It's currently milling birch plywood, Norwegian birch plywood, and oh shit, that's gonna make a mess. Let's hope it doesn't fly away. Oh, we just cut a break there, I think. By the way, I'm sitting inside the house while the machine is milling out in the garage. So that's why I'm kind of paying close attention. Yeah, I actually think I might have snapped that end mill. I'll just take a break and I'll double check because yeah, I can't hear any noise from the mill anymore. So if I have another camera with a closer look, no. So I have to go all the way out there then. Alright. Yeah, I think I just lost the bits. So yeah, let's just keep that. I was thinking something like that, but I don't know. Let's switch to the garage. So the audio from me might drop out while I'm out there now because the wireless receiver is actually indoors and I'm outdoors soon. So, but don't worry, I'll probably just if the bit snapped off, I will just probably switch the end mill for a new one and then continue. But I wonder why the vacuum didn't hold down that piece. So just for my own sake, I will just record what line we're at. We're at 19.315. 19.315. Or around that anyway. Time to move out in the garage. So if you missed it, what happened was probably that was a little piece of plywood that flied straight up in the air and probably killed that end mill. So the sorry, the audio should be back now. I'm just heading into the house. So that was interesting. So always. So what I think happened, I might be wrong, but I kind of look. I saw that the small workpiece kind of jumped up when it was not held properly down by the vacuum. And what happened next was the bit crashed into the material that jumped up, and then yeah, it kind of made some mess. Actually took the I brought with me the bit into the house so we can investigate further. If you look at this collet has touched metal. It as you said in the chat, it kind of hit itself. the rest of the end mill was stuck in the workpiece, and so it was dragged around, and you can actually I have no problem understanding that you did see sparks, because if you see closer here, you can actually see there's tearing on the collet itself. So there was some metal hitting metal here. I actually weren't able to get the bit out of the collet either, because it's kind of welded in there. It's probably not welded, but it's definitely broken off, and it's broken off at the back side. This is the rest of the back side, and the rest of the front side you did see stuck in the material around here. So, and that's one of the boring things with using small bits. It's much better when you go over to these sizes, 10 millimeter. But yeah, the reason for using small end mill here was because the design needed it. You see these slots, they really need small dog bones. The material is 12 millimeters, and half of that is 6. So if I had used a 6 millimeter here, I would not be able to create a dog bone at all. So yeah, that's how it is. I could probably go much faster if I used a bigger bit, but then I would probably have to rethink my design a little bit. So, if you were able to see that happen, feel free to clip that on Twitch so it gets saved. You know, you can go into the log and you can actually clip video files you like almost like favoriting them, and that will make it possible for others to see that clip in the future when that bit breaks. So it's still working now. Turn on a little more air pressure on the air compressor as well. So, but I think that's the last one of the... Oh, there's 2 more. So this is one of the large vertical ones that's being cut right now. Now it's starting on the horizontal one. So it's just finished up with I think it was this one, the big one. And now it's continuing with these horizontal ones. It's cutting that one right now, actually. This one. Cool. So, things do happen. That's how it is. And that's why I always listen. Because as Utter Idiot and what was the name of the other guy? Ras221 both commented on Twitch. They could actually both see the sparks and they could hear it. Did I have it in full screen when it happened, or did I switch just later on? Anyway, so I'll just switch to a full screen. But it's starting to look like a bookshelf, isn't it? Slowly. So let's go back into this Voronoi pattern thing. So it's looking much better when it's circular, because then you don't notice those kind of frames that much. So let's just try that. Oh, are you seeing what I'm seeing? We are very, 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 very close to that. No, we are not. It's just it looked like I was very close to the clamps on the side, but it wasn't a clamp. It was just a blue air compressor thing. So let's see if we can do something with this. Where is my, there it is. So I would like to combine, I would like to target this one. I would like to target more than one. Why can't I do that? Kind of stupid. Yeah, I had the same problem earlier, so I'll start with this one. And I'll just cut straight to it, through it, like that. And I'll do it all again. So I'll just go combine. And then select target body, the next one, and then selection set. Yes, cut. And let's do it one more time. Combine, targets, behind there. Two bodies, selection set, and cut. So let's see how this turns out. So if we turn off this, and then we turn off the old components. Oh, that was the new one actually. So then we turn off these ones. And there's one more. There it is. Actually, that looked better. What do you think? Thanks, thanks, Savant. Yeah, just stay tuned. I'll probably do a couple of streams a week, and I'll always do them this time of. I'll do them in a Norwegian time. I'm GMT +1, so that's it's 12 o'clock or 0 o'clock right now, 2400. So you can just tune in. I usually start streaming at 20:30, just quarter past no, 9, is it? 8:30? 9:30. Yeah, 8:30. Yeah. And you can also see the stream schedule on the Twitch page under, I think I have it somewhere here. Yeah, under this tab you can see where the next streams are scheduled. But thanks for watching. So what do you think of that Voronoi pattern? Am I onto something, or is it just weird? I kind of like it. Thank you too. I'm still not sure though. Looks like that hole is going to be trouble. Looks like it's way too close to the edge. It's probably going to break off, but I can fix that. But right now I'm just working on the idea itself, if it's cool or not. Yeah, I'll just save that and I'll think a little bit about it, I guess. One part of me says that it's cool, another part says, well, it doesn't quite fit the design. So there will be Voronoi patterns here, I guess. That air pressure arms just suddenly moved all the way off. So it's not pointing through to the end mill anymore. But it's really not doing anything anyway, so... So I guess this is probably the last part, I think. I think so. I should be ready so the CNC just doesn't home when it's finished, because Fusion 360 just put a homing offset, a return to home at the end of every G-code now with the new post processor, and I really don't like it. So right now it's 6.5 millimeters down in the material. If I make more of these, I will definitely consider switching to a larger bit, and I will definitely get the feeds and speed properly tuned in. Because right now the ramp, there's some weird stuff going on with some of the cam procedures. I forgot to set the speeds for the ramp to higher than 1960 millimeter per minute. So I guess that's the main problem. So it's when it's ramping, it's doing both horizontal and both X and Y axis movement at the same time. It kind of speeds down to over half the speed, and it's really no reason for that. It's the engagement on the bit can handle much more than that without flexing. Could probably turn that up all the way to probably 2 or something, 2000. So lead in is alright, lead out is alright, but ramp should really go much higher. Let's go 2000. And the ramp, where's the ramp spindle speed? There it is. So that can be a little... Which RPM are we running right now? Let's have a look at that. I think I turned it down just a little bit. So I'm running 13,500 right now. So it's getting close to finished now. It's just running the last few lines of G code, and it's getting to the end now. It's probably just gonna go straight down that line maybe, and then just go up and then going to home. And I'm probably going to stop it before it returns to home, because I like to. So now it's finished. Now it's going up. I'm going to see if it's going to home it. There's the G28. Damn it. I don't like that. Pause, stop, reset. So that was interesting. Now it's finished. So if you just tuned in, today we mailed out a bookshelf that I drew yesterday. You can, if you go on twitch.tv/CNCgaragen, then you can actually see the live stream when I designed the bookshelf. I think I did it yesterday. I don't remember anymore. But right now I'm just going to change the cam settings before I forget it. So I will speed up the ramp feed rate to 2000, and I will apply that to all of the cams. Okay. And Lucid Horizons writes on Mixer that that machine is awesome. Thank you. It truly is awesome. So the design I was working on today was this bookshelf. It's 1 by 1 meters in diameter. It's kind of a circular, a little bit of a sphere. So it's just a cutout of a 3D object, and then put into slicer, and then yeah, looks pretty awesome. Oh, we're missing one. There it is. So and this is actually everything is able to slide in, so you don't have to use any bolts or nuts to actually put it together. And as you can see, the machine is now finished. So there's a lot of cleanup left, but I will definitely just go and kill that vacuum. So I just went out to the fuse box and just turned off the power to the vacuum from inside the house, because I'm not in the garage at the moment. That kind of makes sense. Thanks for watching. I think I'll end here today. It's getting just after 12 o'clock in the evening, and I'll probably gonna do some cleanup tomorrow on the machine. As you can see, there is some debris there after milling the birch plywood. And yeah, remember to click subscribe or follow. Do feel free to join the Discord channel. Let's see if I have that Discord. Oh, sorry, that Discord invite here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, I don't have it anymore. There it is, but that's the wrong camera. So I'll just copy paste, copy camera 1, paste. So in the middle of my forehead. Yeah. So join the Discord chat channel if you have Discord, and if you don't, this is a good time to get it. There you can talk to other people that make stuff, and it's a good place to just hang around, have a chat, and let's try and make a community. Let's gather all the maker dudes and girls, of course, and talk about making cool stuff. And you are able to post links there, and yeah. So cool. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna end this stream now, but I'll see you not tomorrow, but probably on either Saturday or Sunday. I'll put the next planned streaming event up on the calendar in Twitch. Hang on, where is that? You can see that down here. So I'll just write whenever the next stream will be. Remember to click follow on CNC Garagen. Twitch.tv/CNC Garagen. In Norwegian, actually. So, thanks for watching. Bye bye bye.